I went and took a right turn because I saw one chick look, in the words of Castillo, hella crackish. She was scratching her left arm and that. And I was gonna walk that same way, but I've decided to take this right turn. Not because of her, but for another reason. Reasons I'm not gonna explain. So, let's get into it. This video is about patience. This video idea came from me doing my weekly weigh-in. I've just done my weigh-in for the week. My body fat percentage is now, it's saying it's 16.1%. To be fair, I could do the body fat percentage and all of the other measurements 3 times so I can get an average instead of just one measurement a week. But I'll probably do that starting from next week, because it's a lot to ask of myself to not only weigh myself 10 times outside of that, but then to also weigh myself an extra 3 times. So I don't know, we'll see. I do believe that I'm asking a lot of myself by doing that. But yeah, that's where the video ideas come from. And I do think that I've built a certain level of patience with these weekly weigh-ins. That you're feeling hungry, you're feeling thirsty, and for the sake of consistency, you don't eat or drink because you want as I said, you want your weekly weigh-ins to be consistent. So you don't eat or drink. And to go to the gym and to weigh yourself over 10 times, 11 times on a Friday every week, that takes a certain level of patience. And hold on. And I wanted to make that relevant to this video. Because I think there's a major lesson that you could learn from it. Or not you. I mean that I could learn from it. And that other people could learn from it who watch this that aren't me, if they want to. And that is about growth on the journey. Not only in terms of, say for example, you're doing the YouTube thing, it's going to take time for people to actually come and see what you're about, especially if you're not using hashtags to grow your channel, to further distribute the channel. It's going to take time. Even if you do that, it's going to take time regardless. It takes time, months and years, not even only for, say, a YouTube channel, but just with living the life that you consider ideal, especially if you're someone like me who didn't really have parents who had it all together in terms of not only something just went into my nose, in terms of not only their physique but just in life in general with their mental health and that. I'm not saying my parents had mental health issues, not by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't see them go out their way to track their mental health or even talk about it at all. I think my dad thinks that when you talk about people and their mental health, you're talking about mental health issues, not just the idea of mental health in general. And that's not what mental health is. That's not the only thing mental health is about. Mental health isn't only about mental health issues. No, just like how you have physical health and how you can have medical health conditions, you can also have mental health conditions and also a healthy mind state as well. just like how you can have a healthy physical mind state too. I don't know how people don't know this, but it is the truth, or at least my perception of the truth. It's going to take time. It absolutely is going to take time. However, I'll tell you what though, when more people are seeing this, I would have built such a solid foundation of honesty and integrity, because I am speaking about what I want to speak about. There was this female YouTuber who looked like she was in great shape physically, but then when one of the first things she said in the video was that she's trying to give people what they want. She was trying to give people what they want. Always. She said she was always trying to give people what they want. And I was thinking, okay, you know what? Visually speaking, you're looking sexy. You took care of your health. You obviously took care of your health, and you seem like a woman that has it together. But if I'm to be dating a woman, I don't want to date a people pleaser. Women can say that other thing, the same thing about men, but for me personally, that's irrelevant because I don't date men. That's irrelevant to this conversation right now because I don't date men. However, I can absolutely understand if women don't want to date men who seem to be people pleasers as well. That's more than okay with me. But even if it wasn't, it's your opinion that counts, right? I'd like to imagine that that's what you think as a woman, and also as a man too. But yeah, let's get back to talking more so about growth. I'm gonna make what I just said relevant to the video now. I was saying that when many people, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, heck, maybe even millions of people are seeing this video, are seeing these videos, I would have built such an amazing foundation of honesty and integrity that I just carry on making videos that I want to make, rather than falling into a trap that Jordan Green has seemed to fall in. I say that because he, in one of his videos, said that he started making videos that he truthfully wanted to make, implying that he wasn't actually doing that originally, or at least at one point in time, he wasn't making videos that he truthfully wanted to make. Potentially because he was thinking more so about view count and so on. But nowadays, I'm not really, and it's much easier to not do so because I have my own second channel that I'm making videos for, so I have to focus on both. I focus on both channels, and it creates it creates a boundary between. In my opinion, it seems to be creating a much healthier boundary than I had in the past with with seeing the channel grow and more people becoming aware of the journey. It creates a healthy boundary from that. I'm not looking at that basically every single hour I'm awake due to being on that due to predominantly being on that channel the entire time that I'm awake. I would go onto the other channel, but at the time, before a couple of days ago, I wasn't making videos for it, whereas I am now, so it creates an even more solid boundary between me and... Apologies, the phone cut out. I said between me and the channel. I don't know how long it's going to take before thousands of people are seeing this. Thousands of people are seeing it, like how thousands of people every single day are watching Ivan Juric's content. Like, he's getting thousands of views per video. And that took him 2 years of everyday posting. Even when he was going through extreme hardship, such as bereavement and grief because of grandma passing away, I think. He still uploaded, even through that. It doesn't matter that they were shorts, he still uploaded through that hardship. So, yeah, it may take 2 years for this channel to get be getting thousands of views per video, but by that time I'd be so much more of the person I'd want to be, or maybe even more than the person I'd want to be, or more than I could have ever expected or ever wished for, because of all of the efforts that I'm putting in now. It's really, it is working. It is working, trust me. And I can have hope because I put so much into this channel. I've made 5 videos for 2 days straight on this channel, and I want to keep on making more. Not only that, but I'm now making videos for the other channel to help, which is there to help me out in my personal life. Things are going great now. I finally believe I'm doing what I need to do in all areas in terms of productivity. And now, because of that, my mental health is also going to improve, because my depression scores would have decreased, because I'll no longer be, in the words of the NHS, be feeling bothered by being a failure at all, or feeling bad about myself, they say. I'm referring specifically to the depression and anxiety self-assessment review that you can do online, that the NHS have on the internet. This is a test that I'm taking on a weekly basis to be able to track my mental health, just like how I track my physique progress by taking photos on a weekly basis, and also weighing myself on a weekly basis. So anything else I want to say? Yeah, I kept on thinking about Hamza and Ice Cold LCB saying this stuff really works. This stuff being self-improvement. This self-improvement stuff really works. I mean, I don't really reside with that anymore. I used to, but nowadays I don't, because I'm about living the life I truthfully want to lead, not about like residing to one group of people saying I'm someone that likes self-improvement. Nah, I don't reside with that anymore. I think I've grown out of it. I just want to live the life I truthfully want to live, and you don't have to use all these fancy words to be able to do so. That's what I think. And in terms of trust, it seems like every now and then I've been going on Hamza's channel to see how much he'd be uploading. It would be one video a day. And I've gone on Ice Cold LCB's channel every once in a while to see how much he'd be uploading every day. And I'll tell you what, Ice Cold LCB, he has not uploaded a video on that specific channel in a few weeks. And personally, I would not be able to have much hope in living the life I consider ideal by posting, by having such large breaks or large amounts of time which you're not posting. Having a break and just having a large amount of time between posts, there is a difference. Because if you're having, in my definition, having a break, like, that's been specified. You've planned it out. Whereas if you're just taking, if there's just been a long time between posts, then that means you haven't planned it out. You just genuinely could have been lazy, or maybe you're working on something in private. You could be working on something in private. If he is, I don't know. And I don't care. It's not my business. But the point I'm trying to make is, I would not be able to live the life I consider ideal personally by making videos and having such long breaks between each video. I would not be able to do it. It's just way too little content. 3 weeks and you still haven't posted a video. Potentially even going on 4. No, I could not. I could not deal with that. To me, that's strong inconsistency right there. But again, it could be making something. He could be making something in private. If he is, I don't care. That's not my business. But I'm just saying, for me, every day is the answer, and posting on every single day gives me hope and it's a part of what I do that just indirectly means that I have more patience in terms of this channel growing, because I'm putting so much into it. I know I'm going to keep going. I could really believe that I'm going to keep going. Whereas if you take 3 weeks before posting another video, I don't know if you could have as much hope. And that's not even a dig at him. These comments are not a dig at him, but I'm just saying that I would not be able to have as much hope as I do posting, compared to posting every day, which is what I do, compared to having potentially very long breaks, such as 3 weeks. I personally wouldn't be able to do that. It's too long a time between posting videos. I personally can't. I would not be able to deal with that. I don't know how he handles that, but that's not my business. I'm looking to live a life that I consider ideal, and I'm not trying to live anybody else's life for them. And I'm not really focused on what other people are doing, excluding Luke Spurgeon. I look at his videos every now and then. I look at the channel videos every now and then to see what he's been making out of habit. I don't know, man. I've been having thoughts that he's been stealing my ideas. That I make a channel trailer, he makes the channel trailer. I make a video saying, fuck this, and then in his title a few days later he says, what the fuck is this? I said I potentially just could be overthinking things. I'd like to think that other people are making their own ideas and aren't just nabbing from other people. But then again, if I'm being very fair and I'm taking accountability here, I've done the exact same damn thing. For example, with yesterday's this is a dad bod video. I got the idea, but at least partially, from another video, from a video that somebody else made. If I think it's acceptable to do that, then what makes it fair to say that another person who's just done the same thing, but except potentially with the channel I'm running, is unacceptable? How is that fair? So I'm going to be doing something, another person would be doing the same thing, but then I'm saying if they do it, it's unfair, but if I do it, it's acceptable. I'm indirectly saying it's acceptable by actually making a video based off somebody else's idea. How is that fair? It's not. That's the answer to the question. It's not. That's not fair. So instead of thinking of it as stealing the idea, perhaps it's just using the idea from someone else to create an idea of their own, which is literally how we as humans develop our thought patterns. For example, I no longer watch red pill videos, but when I was just basically downloading their ideas and putting it into my brain back when I didn't really have ideas of my own. And then I'd spew out the content that I digested from those red pill content creators, and then I'd be making videos copying and pasting what they said because I thought that it was me who came up with those thoughts, when it obviously wasn't now upon reflection. And then from there, eventually I've now come to a place where I have my own ideas. So even if Luke is taking ideas from the channel and that, and he's making his own ideas, what's unacceptable about that? How is that stealing when the final project is his idea? For example, the Boy to Man series trailer, that's his idea. It's not something that I came up with. I didn't come up with something under the same name or something under a very similar name beforehand. So even if he did get that idea from the channel, I don't know if he did. That's not relevant. Even if he did or didn't, that's not relevant. But what I am saying is, how is it fair for me to go and take ideas from other people's channels, which then mean I have just after thinking about it, I have another video idea. So if it's fair for me to do that, but then I don't think it's fair for somebody else to do the same thing, how? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Sometimes you got to work through these things. It has been on my mind that he genuinely could have been quote unquote stealing my ideas for a few days, because there are some things that I noticed that I said beforehand, and then it seemed like he was saying the same thing. That genuinely could just be coincidence, though. It seems like me and Luke are in a similar mind space, so it makes sense that our ideas, or at least quite a few of our ideas, are similar as well. It doesn't mean that he just stole them off me. That's just not how the world works. That isn't necessarily how the world works. Of course, there are idea thieves out there, but it doesn't seem like Luke's one of them. I'm defining an idea thief as someone that is literally just copying and pasting what another person has said. He's not that. I don't think he's that at all. I think he's more so someone that has his own brain, in the sense that even if he does get ideas from another person's channel, which he could be getting from mine as one of them, he can come up with his own ideas, such as the Boy to Man series trailer. I didn't come up with that series. So what? I posted my channel trailer before he posted the Boy to Man series trailer. So what? He created a community post potentially before the channel trailer. So then, does that mean that I stole his idea to create a trailer then? No. I came up with that myself, just like how he could have come up with the Boy to Man series trailer himself. Just because this is, in my opinion, the idea of Luke stealing ideas from this channel, this is a prime example, in my opinion, of just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. If there's anything I've learned from this, it's an idea that Therapy in a Nutshell came up with. See, even listen to that. That's an idea that I got from someone else. But just because I got that idea from someone else, does it mean I'm stealing it? No, I'm giving credit where credit's due. I know it's not my idea. Yeah, I think it's a prime example of just because I'm thinking it doesn't mean it's true. That it is okay to get ideas from somewhere else instead of like strictly just your own brain all the time. Strictly your life experiences all the time, rather than getting ideas from someone else. That just is not how the world works, furthermore, because you go out and you socialize. If your social health is solid, You go out and you socialize, so you get ideas from other people based off what other people have said. That's just not how the world works, to have ideas that are completely your own all the time. That's not how the world works. Anyway, I think that'll be it for now. I'm done. I'm gonna go get myself something to eat. I'm gonna have a bagel sandwich, toasted bagel, some beef chunks, some Peronaise, maybe even some ketchup, maybe even Caesar salad dressing to change things up. Okay, but yeah, that's it. I'm on. Bye. See you later.